the truth comes out, mysterious conspiracies and unending family wars. Every day in the world of the young and the restless is a challenge for the main characters. In a city like Genoa City, where secrets and betrayals are always lurking, tensions are escalating. Recently, a series of terrible and dramatic events are forcing the Newman family and other characters to face difficult decisions. Diane Jenkins, Sally Spectra, Victoria Newman and Jack Abbott, along with their complicated relationships, will lead to major changes. Diane Jenkins and the unexpected crisis. Diane Jenkins, a person who has experienced many storms in her life, is finally caught up in an unexpected situation that makes her panic. A shocking information will be revealed, threatening to turn everything Diane has built upside down. She will have to face a terrible truth that she never thought she would have to face. Past relationships and long-buried secrets will be exposed, threatening to destroy the stability Diane has worked so hard to build. With enemies still haunting her, Diane will not only face dangers from the outside, but also from those within her family. Sally Spectra, the rage unleashed. At the same time, Sally Spectra, one of the strongest characters on The Young and the Restless, will not be able to control the anger that is rising inside her. Recent situations have made Sally stressed and unable to bear it any longer. She will have to face a series of difficult situations that she could not have foreseen. Sally's rage is not only related to injustices at work, but also conflicts in her personal relationships. Feeling betrayed and under great pressure will make Sally make bold decisions that can change everything. Her actions will make everyone around her reconsider the determination and perseverance she possesses. Victoria Newman and Claire, a tense parent-child relationship. Soon, the relationship between Victoria Newman and her daughter Claire Newman will become one of the major focal points. Victoria realizes that Claire is still worried about her father, Victor Newman, trying to interfere in Claire's relationship with Kyle Abbott. These worries are not unreasonable, as Victor has long been known for interfering in family relationships, especially those he disapproves of. Sensing her daughter's insecurities, Victoria will be determined to do everything she can to keep Claire happy, despite Victor's interference. Meanwhile, Jack Abbott, who always values family and has a close relationship with Kyle, will also stand by Victoria. Jack will not stand by and watch Claire and Kyle's relationship be destroyed by Victor's interference. He will issue a warning to Victoria, warning her to tell Victor to stop his controlling actions. Jack knows that it is important to stop interfering in his children's private lives, and he will do everything to protect this relationship. Victor Newman and the conspiracies in the shadows. While Victoria and Jack are working hard to protect Claire and Kyle, Victor is busy with his own plans. In addition to continuing his fight with Jabot, he is also trying to lure Aristotle Dumas, a powerful figure, out of hiding. However, in all of this, Victor continues to distort the truth about Damien, whom he is fighting. Victor realizes that if he can make Damien weak, he will be able to achieve his goals. However, Damien is not so easily fooled. With his sharp eyes and intelligence, Damien insists that Lily has misunderstood everything. Damien will try to convince Nate Hastings to side with him, but Nate, who is feeling uncomfortable with the secrets surrounding him, may not be easily convinced. Lily Winters, accusations and new predictions. Under the influence of Victor, Lily Winters will decide to accuse Damien. However, this decision is not an easy step for her. Lily will not only face the risk of being opposed, but also have to deal with the consequences that can destroy everything she has built. However, with determination and toughness, Lily will make bold moves. And this will create a wave of turmoil in the family. Lily and Damien's relationship. Conflict or reconciliation. The relationship between Lily and Damien has always been filled with tension. Lily, with all her wisdom and intelligence, will not be easy for Damien to convince. But Damien, with his talent, will try his best to change Nate's and Lily's minds. Although Damien may insist that things are not as Lily thinks, the truth is sometimes not something that can be easily accepted. Amidst intrigue, romance, and betrayal, the characters of The Young and the Restless will face situations they could not have foreseen. Diane will face difficult decisions. Sally will unleash her rage. Victoria and Jack will fight to protect their daughter, while Victor continues to expand his conspiracy. Ultimately, how the story will end remains a big question mark, and only time will tell. The love stories, betrayals, and endless family battles will continue to keep viewers in constant suspense. Secrets buried beneath perfect facades, family relationships, love, and betrayal are intricately interwoven. Characters like Billy Abbott, Chelsea Lawson, Adam Newman, Sally Spectra, and Phyllis Summers will face new challenges as truths are revealed and relationships are tested to the point of no return. Billy Abbott and the predictions. Billy Abbott, who is always able to assess situations with sharp eyes, will receive a remarkable update from Chelsea Lawson. This concerns the developing relationship between Chelsea and Adam. She will share with Billy that she and Adam are officially a couple, while Billy, being skeptical by nature, is not entirely convinced of the relationship. He will continue to predict that Chelsea and Adam's reunion will end in disaster. Billy has a rocky history with Adam, and he is well aware that Adam's past actions cannot be easily forgotten. While he is not completely against Chelsea and Adam's love, Billy is always worried that this relationship will bring unnecessary trouble. He knows that Adam, being the way he is, will not stop at just loving Chelsea. He will make things chaotic and cause unforeseen consequences for everyone involved. Especially, Billy still has deep wounds from the betrayal and rivalry between him and Adam. Sally Spectra. The Rage Unleashed. While Chelsea and Adam's relationship is drawing Billy's attention, another story is unfolding with tension. Sally Spectra, who can be seen as a strong yet vulnerable character, will not be able to contain her anger when she is drawn into the confrontation between Adam and Billy. While Sally has no problem with Adam and Chelsea getting back together, her anger will flare up after a tense situation that Adam creates. During a conversation or action, Adam will make Sally feel angry about something related to Billy, and this will cause Sally to lose control. With past hurts, dissatisfaction with both Adam and Billy, Sally will feel pushed into a situation she cannot control. Her anger is not simply about an old relationship. It is about the injustice she feels throughout the past. Sally will reveal a strong instinct for revenge, and she will not hesitate to express her anger publicly. Sally's anger will attract the attention of everyone in Genoa City, and this will also create a major change in the relationships between the main characters. Phyllis Summers. Pranks and plots. While Sally is dealing with her explosive anger, Phyllis Summers, one of the most prominent characters in the world of the young and the restless, will play a polite prank on Sally. Phyllis is known for her wit and cunning. She will test Sally, but Sally will not be fooled easily. Phyllis will try to be funny and charming, but in Sally's heart, this will only increase her suspicion and distrust of Phyllis. The relationship between the two women will become even more tense, and this tension will put Phyllis in an awkward position. Sally does not believe that Phyllis can be trusted, and this will make her skeptical of Phyllis's every move. To Sally, Phyllis is not a true friend. She is just someone who will do anything to achieve her goals. And once Sally feels betrayed, she will not hesitate to take action to deal with Phyllis. Khloe, conspiracy and mistrust. Sally's best friend, Khloe, will become an integral part of the story as she shows her suspicion and distrust of Phyllis. With her guard up high, Khloe will encourage Sally to plot against Phyllis and cut her out of Billy's life. Khloe understands that Phyllis can be a big threat to Sally and Billy's relationship, and she will encourage Sally to find a way to deal with Phyllis before it's too late. Khloe is always ready to protect her friends, and she will not hesitate to join in any plan Sally comes up with to get Phyllis out of her way. However, this plot is not simply about getting Billy back. It is a fight to prove who is in control in this relationship. With all the tension, anger, and intrigue woven into the story, The Young and the Restless continues to push the characters into unforeseen situations. The relationships between Billy, Chelsea, Adam, and Sally will continue to be complex and ever-evolving. Billy will have to deal with the failure of Adam and Chelsea's relationship, while Sally will be unable to contain her anger as Adam and Billy's old relationship continues to threaten her. Phyllis, with all her cunning and manipulation, will become a key player in this battle, but Sally's distrust will make her a target. Khloe will also not be left out as she encourages Sally to create schemes to protect her future with Billy. All of this will lead to a relentless battle between the characters, where love, betrayal, and intrigue will all lead them into dramatic situations with no way back. As all these pieces are moved, only one big question remains. Who will emerge victorious in this emotional and intrigue-filled battle? Surely, Genoa City will never be at peace. Every event brings tension and drama, The lives of the main characters in Genoa City are never without turmoil, and this time, a new set of situations will test family and work relationships to the point of no return. Jack Abbott will face challenges when he is strict with his younger brother Billy. At the same time, the relationship between Victor and Nikki Newman will be threatened by important decisions at work. Dangerous alliances, dark schemes, and unforeseen situations await Jack Abbott and Billy's tough decision. Billy Abbott, who has always lived in the shadow of his brother Jack, is now at a crucial turning point. Jack, with his acumen and experience, realizes that Billy may be about to make a mistake, deviating from the positive path he has pursued at Abbott Communications. Jack feels he must intervene to stop Billy before it is too late. But the relationship between the Abbott brothers has not always been easy. Billy has always been impulsive, adventurous, and sometimes does not listen to the advice of others, especially his brother. Jack, although always the first to protect his family, now feels the need to be more stern and firm than ever. He fears that Billy is being drawn into a dangerous alliance with Aristotle Dumas, an unpredictable figure who could have dire consequences for Abbott Communications. Despite Jack's warnings, Billy is not backing down. He feels he must look for an opportunity to revive his career, and an alliance with Aristotle could be a crucial step. If things go well, Billy could regain his footing in the business world. However, Billy is also aware that any game with Aristotle is risky, and he could pay a heavy price if things do not go as planned. This alliance is not only an opportunity but also a double-edged sword, which can help Billy recover but can also easily lead him into disaster. Michael and the Newman troubles. While Jack and Billy face challenges in the Abbott family, another story is also unfolding with tension. Michael Baldwin, a talented lawyer in Genoa City, is caught up in a big mess when his work involves the Newman family. Michael is a key player in the dealings of Newman Enterprises, and his connection to the family makes him vulnerable to Victor Newman's risky plans. While Michael does not want to be drawn into Victor's schemes, his role in the family means that he cannot completely avoid the Newman-related incidents. Especially when the arguments in the Newman family are tense, Michael will face some difficult decisions where he will have to choose between his family and his job. In this situation, Michael will have to prove that he is not just a bystander, but also capable of making wise decisions to protect himself and his family. Lauren Finmore and Michael's concern. Lauren Finmore, Michael's strong-willed wife, senses that her husband's job is putting him in danger. Although she knows that Michael can handle things on his own, Lauren cannot stand by and watch him get into trouble. She knows that if things are not handled properly, the situation could quickly get worse. Lauren cannot handle things on her own, and she decides to ask for help from someone she trusts, Nikki Newman. She hopes that with Nikki's wisdom and influence in the Newman family, they can find a way to keep Michael out of trouble. However, this puts Nikki in a difficult position. Nikki Newman, under pressure of a big decision. Victor's loyal wife, Nikki Newman, will face a difficult choice when she receives a request from Lauren. She knows that helping Michael may be the right thing to do, but it goes against Victor's goals. Victor is planning to take down Jabot and continue his war with the Abbott family, and Nikki's interference in the Newman family's affairs could cause a rift in their marriage. Nikki is torn between loyalty to her husband and her love for those around her. Helping Michael will put her on the defensive with Victor, who will not easily accept any interference in his grand plans. But Nikki also understands that there are times when she must do the right thing, even if it means risking her relationship with Victor. The situation becomes even more complicated when Nikki, despite knowing that her intervention could disrupt Victor's plans, decides to help Michael. This decision not only raises Victor's objections, but also puts a strain on their relationship. Nikki is faced with a difficult choice between doing the right thing and maintaining stability in the family. Nikki's interference in Victor's plans to take down Jabot will inevitably have far-reaching consequences. She knows that if she does so, she will likely face Victor's wrath, which will further deepen the rift in their marriage. Their relationship will continue to endure constant tests, as they both must find a way to balance love, responsibility, and power. Conclusion. Family wars and intrigue. From the Abbotts to the Newmans, every character on The Young and the Restless is facing big choices that could change their lives forever. Billy, with his determination, will continue to test the Abbotts, while Jack constantly warns them of possible mistakes. Michael unwillingly is drawn into the inevitable war of the Newmans, and Lauren will do anything to protect her husband. Nikki, despite her desire to help others, faces an incredibly difficult challenge when she decides to help Michael, which could cause cracks in her marriage to Victor. The story of the young and the restless continues to unfold with drama where family, loyalty, and power create unpredictable relationships that will keep viewers glued to the screen. Every relationship is tested by intricate plots and unexpected betrayals. The dramatic plot twists and turns force the characters of Genoa City to make difficult decisions, not only about love, but also about justice and personal safety. A tense story unfolds around Diane Jenkins, Tracy Abbott, Alan Loran, aka Martin Loran, and the arrival of Audra and Holden Novak. As daring plans are hatched and dangerous situations continue to threaten Diane Jenkins and her concern for Tracy. Diane Jenkins, who has always been known for her tact and care in handling difficult situations, will soon be faced with a tense situation involving her sister Tracy Abbott. When Diane discovers that Tracy is planning to trick Alan Loran, aka Martin Loran, into confessing, she cannot help but worry for her sister's safety. Tracy, who has always been kind-hearted and strong-willed, but sometimes lacks vigilance, is stepping into an extremely dangerous situation that she cannot foresee. Diane knows very well that Martin Loran, with his ruthlessness and ability to control the situation, will not let Tracy get away with it easily. If he discovers Tracy's plan, the consequences could be dire. It is not simply a confrontation of reason and truth, but also a war full of traps, where every step can lead to disaster. Diane does not want Tracy to face Martin's revenge, and so she will advise Tracy to let the police intervene in this matter. Diane is concerned that only legal intervention can protect Tracy from the lurking dangers. However, Tracy does not easily agree to this plan. She insists that this is her own problem, and she cannot let the police intervene. Tracy feels a responsibility to confront Martin and help the victims he has devastated in the past. She believes that only by confronting Martin and forcing him to face up to his crimes can things end well. However, Tracy's decision will put her in a dangerous situation whose outcome is unpredictable. Tracy Abbott and the daring plan. Tracy is a strong woman, but sometimes, her confidence in her abilities makes her easily ignore the warnings from her loved ones. The plan to trick Martin Loran into confessing is a reckless move, and Tracy is playing with fire. Although she knows that Martin is a dangerous man, Tracy still believes that she can control the situation and convince him to do the right thing. However, this confidence may be a big mistake. Martin Loran, with his cunning personality and excellent manipulation skills, is not someone who is easily fooled. If he finds out about Tracy's intentions, he won't let her off the hook that easily. Martin could react violently, and the consequences could be dire. Tracy is not only in physical danger, but also in emotional harm as she pits herself against someone as unforgiving as Martin. The situation becomes even more complicated as the relationships within the Abbott family are tested. Diane fears that her sister will fall into Martin's trap, and she must find a way to protect Tracy from any possible danger. The story revolves not only around Tracy and Martin, but also around the complicated relationship between Audra and Holden Novak, Nathan Owens. Audra, a woman with a charming appearance and a complex nature, will receive an unexpected invitation from Holden. This is not an ordinary invitation, but it may open up new opportunities for both of them. Audra and Holden will have more private time to discuss work, but this closeness can quickly lead to irresistible temptation. Holden, a man with a handsome appearance and undeniable charm, knows that Audra is not only a business partner but also a woman whose heart he can do anything to win. Although Audra is not lacking in confidence, she is not completely immune to the temptations around her. The feelings between them will gradually become more complicated as they continue to have intimate conversations and gradually reveal the deeper aspects of their feelings. Although Audra tries to maintain professionalism at work, Holden's charm will make her feel irresistible. The attraction between them will push things further, and this can lead to a stormy relationship. Holden will hope that he can get Audra to change her perspective on his feelings, from a business relationship to a deeper personal one. However, such relationships are never simple, and secrets from the past will likely be one of the factors that prevent Audra from opening up easily. While Tracy faces potential danger from Martin, Audra and Holden are moving closer to a new storm in love and work. These relationships are complex and unpredictable, Tracy and Diane will both face important decisions that could change their lives forever. Meanwhile, Holden and Audra will face challenges not only in work but also in love, as they continue to uncover deep secrets in their relationship. The story of the young and the restless will continue to be full of drama and tension as these characters face constant intrigue and betrayal. Tracy, Diane, Holden, Audra and those around them will face risky situations where every decision can lead to unpredictable results. Love, betrayal and temptation will create a relentless battle that will keep the audience glued to the screen. Please subscribe to our channel to update the latest news.